Good day, learners. Before we start our discussion, let me ask you, have you ever read a long article and thought, why is this so messy? Or, why can't I understand a thing? That happens when we do not understand how a writer organizes their ideas. Therefore, today, we will learn something very useful for reading and writing, like the text structures for clarity of meaning and purpose. So at the end of this lesson, you students are expected to identify the different types of text structures, appreciate their importance, and organize the given information using an appropriate text structure. Now, we will discuss two types of informational text, which are the non-journalistic and journalistic text. First, we have the non-journalistic text. This has expository text, which aims to explain or to inform, which are found in textbooks, modules, and informational articles. So expository text has key features that makes the text strong and easy to read. First, they follow a clear structure that includes an introduction, body, and conclusion. This structure helps readers follow the ideas step by step. Second, they rely on transitional devices, words like first, next, however, therefore, and finally, to connect ideas. These transitions guide readers and show the relationship between ideas. Third, expository text should maintain an objective tone, meaning the writer stays neutral, which they sticks to facts and does not include personal feelings. They also use headings and subheadings to divide the text into logical sections, making information easier to locate. Finally, these texts include evidence and examples, such as facts, statistics, or expert statements to make explanations clearer and more believable. Now, which of the following above best describes an expository text? Did you get it right? If you did, good job! But if you didn't, better luck next time!
Now let us proceed to the different kinds of structure of an expository text under non-journalistic text. First, we have sequence or process. Now, the sequence or process text structure presents information in a specific order. It is commonly used to explain how things is done or how an event unfolds step by step. Its purpose is to help the readers follow instructions accurately and ensure understanding of chronological events or procedures. The most common signal words that are used in this kind of structures are first, next, then, after, and finally. An example of this are cookbooks, which tells you how to cook. For example, how to cook an adobo. First, you have to prepare the ingredients. Next, you have to simmer the meat in soy sauce and vinegar or marinate it. Then add garlic and pepper. And finally, serve it hot. Sequence is important because skipping or changing steps can alter the outcomes. For example, adding vinegar too late may affect the taste of the adobo. In the Philippine context, this structure is widely seen in recipes, school science experiments, and how-to guides. It is not only going to teach you skills, but also trains the readers to follow a logical order, which is essential in both cooking and academic procedures. Now I have a question. Which text structure is used when the writer presents steps in order? Did you get it correctly? If you did, good job! And if you didn't, better luck next time. Now let us proceed to the second type of structure of an expository text. We have comparison and contrast. This structure highlights the similarities and differences between two or more subjects, ideas, or objects. Its purpose is to help the readers analyze choices or understand distinction and encourages critical thinking by comparing options. The most common signal words that are used in this kind of structures are both, however, unlike, similarly, while. An example of this are public schools versus private schools. Now we all know that public schools are free, whereas private schools charges tuition fees. Class sizes in private schools are generally smaller than in public schools. However, both public and private schools provide education and follow the DepEd curriculum. Comparison and contrast help students and readers make informed decisions. For instance, parents deciding on the best school for their child can evaluate factors like tuition, facilities, or teacher-student ratio. This structure is also common in news articles that compares policies, educational programs, or local products, helping the Filipino audience weigh pros and cons carefully. Now for the third structure of expository text, we have cause and effect. Cause and effect structure explains why something happened or the cause and what results from it or the effect. Its purpose is to make the readers understand the relationship between events. It encourages problem solving and prediction skills. Signal words that are commonly found in this type of structure are because, so, therefore, as a result, leads to. An example is flooding in Metro Manila. It, its cause might be clog in the drainage system, and the effect is the flooding. In a sentence, flooding in Metro Manila happens because drainage systems are often clogged, which results in floods in the streets and communities. Now, understanding cause and effects allows citizens to see the consequences of human actions, like improper waste disposal and illegal cutting of trees. In the Philippines, this structure is commonly in use reports, environmental studies, and public advisories, helping the people connect actions with outcomes and promoting awareness about solutions. The fourth structure of an expository text is problem and solution. Now, this type of structure presents a problem and then provides one or more solution. Its purpose is for the readers to critically think and become problem solver. It helps the readers understand practical actions that they can take to address the issues. Signal words that are commonly used in these structures are problem, solution, resolve, address, propose. An example might be plastic waste in coastal areas. Now, the problem here is that marine pollution caused by plastic and other non-biodegradable waste. And the solution that is being proposed is implementing waste segregation, promoting coastal cleanups, and educating communities about proper disposal. Now, problem and solution texts are widely used in environmental campaigns, government reports, and school projects in the Philippines. They help students and citizens recognize challenges in society and encourage for policies reducing plastic use.
Now, let us go to the other type of informational texts, which are the journalistic texts. These texts are written to inform the public about real-life events, issues, and stories. These texts must be clear, accurate, and trustworthy because many people depend on them for information. Journalistic texts include news reports, press releases, and feature articles. They appear in televisions and radio news, newspapers, online news sites, official announcements, and school publications. An example of journalistic text are news and press releases. News and press releases report current events and important issues. Their purpose is to give correct information to the public quickly and clearly. They are written using the inverted pyramid format. This means that the most important information is at the top and the less important details come later. Parts of a news report include the following: the headline, the lead, the body, and the quotes. The headline is the title of the news. It is written in bold letters to attract attention and summarize the story. So for example, the classes are suspended due to typhoon. This headline tells us what happened and why. The classes were suspended because of a typhoon. Now let's go to the lead. The lead is the first paragraph. It answers the 5 W's and 1 H. The what, the who, the when, the where, the why, and how. So for example, using the same headline, it says like this: classes in Metro Manila were suspended yesterday after Typhoon Pepito caused heavy flooding and power interruptions. Now let's go to the body part. The body explains more details. It states the background, how serious the situation is, the updates, and the actions taken by the officials and the government. So using the same headline and the same lead, for example, a continuation of the body says like this: the local government units advise residents to stay indoors, especially in the flood-prone areas. Now, let's go to the quotes part. The quotes show what real people said. They make the report more reliable. So for example, using the same headline, the same lead, and the same body, the quotes must sound like this: as the city mayor said, we suspended classes to ensure the safety of the students. So why does the inverted pyramid matter? The inverted pyramid format helps readers to get the facts first, to understand it quickly, and stop reading anytime without missing the main idea. This is important when people are too busy or when the news is urgent. Now, let's go to another example: the feature articles. Unlike news, feature articles focus on stories, not only on facts. Its purpose is to inspire, to entertain, and to inform through storytelling. So what are the characteristics of the feature articles? They include personal experiences, descriptions, emotions, lessons or insights, and creative language. So for example of a local feature, it tells about a story of a Filipino student from a remote barangay who walked kilometers to school, studied under candlelight, and eventually became a scholar and an eventual professional. This touches the emotions and inspires the readers. So this is the salient differences between the news and the feature articles. In the feature articles, it is much more detailed and emotional. It is story-based, it is timeless, and it uses a creative tone. For a quick question and answer portion, kindly answer the question above. Now, that's it. Now you understand that not all texts are organized the same way. News reports are short and factual. Feature articles are emotional and inspiring. Expository texts explain and instruct. Each structure has a purpose: to inform fast, to explain clearly, to move emotions, and to guide actions. When you read something again, I want you to ask, is this reporting facts? Is this telling a story? Is this explaining a process? Or is this showing a problem? A critical reader don't just read. A critical reader understands.
And that concludes our lesson for today.
You did a great job!
We hope that you learned a lot.
And once again, see you next time. Bye!